Oh man, so Joe Budden just recently had JT on his platform. Y'all know how Joe Budden gets down. Once he meets you, you're a friend of his, he gonna always ride for you, no matter what. That's how he gets down. So he's criticizing Young Miami's Carisha Please episode when she spoke on Diddy and JT. Let's get into it. You guys will only hear the audio, but I'll be on the screen listening and reacting with y'all, man. Let's get to it.
She was talking, but
could that be because she really ain't have nothing to say outside of what she said? I fucked with him. He was cool.
No.
I ain't see none of the bad shit, and that was it.
no, you saw somebody get their ass whooped on camera.
Well, she did address that she's been in domestic shit in the past, so she would never even allow that to be the case with someone else moving forward. So I'm assuming that she's saying her and Diddy never had that level of back and forth. But you're right. She could have spoken to the Cassie video and shit. But
Carisha's young, so I'm gonna give her some grace.
yeah,
I'm gonna give her some grace because she's young.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't really have nothing good to say about it. And that whole move about, hey, I've been in domestic situations before, so trust me, I would never involve myself in anything remotely close to that after the world has seen that video of Puff. So you got to be careful giving out information that you don't mean to give out.
I thought the same thing.
Like,
Only because people who she's dealt with in the past.
if you're telling us that you've been in 2 domestic relationships and the world has seen the video that we saw, then you have to answer to more than, hey, he never did that around me, if you choose to speak about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just roll with, hey, I never saw none of that, so I'm minding my business, because there are tweets of you telling bitches, hey, if my nigga wanted to, you would be on the floor eating my pussy.
Yeah.
That isolated, there's nothing wrong with that. But that, after all of the things that we've read and seen, lends toward certain things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, me
It's about optics.
seeing that after JT coming up here was a bad move for me.
Yeah.
Shorty was super fire.
She was.
And graceful about the whole
She was
situation.
super fire.
JT was an absolute sweetheart up here, had nothing negative to say about Carisha, the City Girls, Uzi, Quality Control,
Nothing.
nobody. It was just total sole focus on me, what I need to do. My label told me these are the areas I need to work on, and that's what I'm out here doing.
Did Carisha really say anything negative though?
I'm watching the Carisha interview, for me, got my brain to what happens in those girl group dynamics when one gets to fucking on a billionaire and one don't. And then our what we share, our group, is losing momentum, losing steam. Carisha said, we wasn't making no money, I ain't doing shit, so I gotta go bust a move. And you telling this to your partner who, through thick and thin, maybe I'm here with you, I just came out of jail, what we doing, you publicly bashing me. She mentioned the fucking Nicki shit. Y'all didn't come to JT's aid because I was asleep, and once I saw what they was fighting about the Nicki shit. Shit, I ain't on that record. It's like, whoa, you said that publicly? You said that publicly about somebody you was in a group with? They start pulling up the old footage of JT on that same Revolt couch with Saucy and Carisha, how they handled her, how they treated her. It just is a mess. It looked bad. Like, let's just call a spade, even though we can't. Like, you was out there parading the sign. You was out there. And in the interview, she says, I feel like, in the same breath, she says, I feel like I added value to everything Diddy was doing. Nobody was drinking daily on before me. He sent me this song. I feel like whatever he had going on, I just upped the motion a little bit. And in the very next breath, you'll say, the shit that I owned on my own on the side with my partner was bringing $0.
Yeah. It sounds like the other way around.
Dog, I have a brain and I'm of age, so again, I'm gonna give Carisha grace because I think it's greater than her. I think she's giving it from her point of view. She can't really say too much, but whatever was going on, much greater than anything that young lady knew. And I didn't need that interview. Absolutely nothing was shared, nothing was discussed. For the most part, the news cycle has continued, and he's not been such a relevant point the way he was. So, I mean, but again, they want to get their show back rolling.
I was about to say, but for her show to get
show back rolling, they can't do it without addressing some of the shit. I get it, but I mean, I didn't get through it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I didn't get through it either, but.
And as much as I want to support Carisha, after meeting JT, You don't do that.
I will say this, even though
don't do
I
that.
didn't like the interview, after meeting JT, I
loved her.
like her.
Really
Like
liked
I
her.
genuinely
I
like
loved
her.
her too.
I think the same with Carisha. I've never met, never spoken, but I can see that there's a likable thing there that people will latch onto. So I
fuck with
both of them.
Carisha too.
Yeah.
Maybe not the way, but I've met JT in a different light
Right.
now.
Sure.
Man, no comment, man. No comment.
That's peace.
That's peace. There you go. You just know what it look like when bitches is off bitches.
Mm-hmm.
You just know what that look like and feel like. So that was my problem with fucking Crook and Joel when they caught me on the live after they put that album out saying whatever they said about Slaughterhouse. My thing was, shit, nigga, whatever was going on with Slaughterhouse, why the fuck you? What's this about? Like, we in a group, whatever happened with the group, leave it with the group. Like, why is this now public fodder? Why are you trying to make the other half of the group look a certain way by you telling your stuff? I think all that shit is whack. I do.
But it speaks to how you like to handle disattachment.
Well, yeah, that part.
There you go.
That part. I feel like niggas could learn a thing or two about how to disassociate.
Yeah.
Prayers to all.
There you go.
Yep.
Prayers to all.
I'm gonna say this right here, Joe. I don't agree with your take on the situation, especially JT's leaving the situation with the upper hand. The fans are fucking with her. The fans that were city girls that transitioned their attention parts music-wise towards her. The narrative that JT start by going on the offense online, the narrative that she pushed is narrative that's surrounding the breakup in the City Girls. So of course JT barely even has to address the group. She's good moving forward. Her solo project did 28K, more than the group ever did. First week, ever did. She's good moving forward. She's straight. So now Young Miami, who has no motion going on with egg on her face, she has the controversy with Diddy. She has her fan base split, and most of the motion is going towards JT as far as momentum, as far as music-wise. People think that she did JT some type of way. She has to address her situation, especially when she wasn't on the offense when the whole situation spilled out online. Joe being someone who uses his platform all the damn time to express grievances that he has with business partners. Yes, you have your position when it comes to Crooked Eye and Slaughterhouse and that shit like that, but Complex, Spotify, whomever else you have an issue with as far as business-wise, when you work with Charlamagne for the small amount of times y'all did, if you have beef with someone, you use your platform to go ahead and explain that shit to your fans, to your specific fans that watch your platform so they can understand your perspective. She's doing that to her fans, and like you guys said, so she can continue to get the ball rolling, because I was like, why you saying the interview wasn't needed? We all know in this game that she has to address that shit, at least those two big things, to be able to go ahead and move on and continue with the career. Because every damn comment, everything she do on social media, people asking about Diddy. Every time she posts music, people saying, no, I prefer JT. She got to go ahead and say something to address these things to begin moving forward. Hopefully she figured things out. There were some things I do agree with, as far as I told y'all before how she danced around the domestic violence things, but he said he's giving her grace. You guys want to see my take? Go ahead and look at it. But hey man, it's a touchy topic, and people gonna deal with that how they want to deal with it. But as far as the group shit, when asked about it on the Keke Palmer podcast, JT did speak about it. But like I just told y'all, she's in a more favorable position, so she don't have to go as hard to clean her face up. Young Miami's trying to clean her face, so she's trying to let y'all know the weird shit that was going on with her. If the girl ain't even fucking know that she had a song with Nicki Minaj, she gonna feel some type of way about that. You don't tell me that you doing a song with Nicki Minaj, my group mate who I came into this game rapping with. You don't tell me that you on a song with Nicki Minaj. I gotta find out with the rest of the world. You're going to feel salty about that shit. You're going to feel salty about that shit. One, she's fucking human. Two, you just said how women move. You know, not even trying to be offensive to women, but we know how ladies can be catty. Of course, you're going to feel some type of way. So now she sees people arguing about some shit that you already internally feel salty about, and you have the chance to explain it, because they're never going to let off on her. Never. About that point. As far as not helping JT argue about Cardi B, they never going to let up on that shit right there. So, of course, she want to come and say, this is the reason why. It's this drastic. When y'all feel mad at the person that you came into the industry with, your rap partner, it doesn't even matter that you're not in the song. You didn't even tell me about the song. I'm seeing promo for the song about someone from Miami being in the song. I don't even know that it's you. That's not weird. You working on a solo music project while we're working on an album that we can't find no hits for, but you low-key working on a project by yourself while we struggling trying to figure some shit out. We not making no money. You're not gonna feel some type of way. And I don't have the ability to say that out loud. So everyone just continue to bash me? You not gonna feel some type of way about that shit? Like Joe would go the fuck off. If Joe was getting the short end of the stick in the media, Joe would go crazy. Y'all know Joe has blown a gasket for lighter shit. So that's bullshit, Joe. You went crazy over lighter shit, my boy. But I understand, like I told you before, once Joe Budden meet someone in person, dog, I've been seeing him do this shit since the Everyday Struggle. Like one time he was talking hella shit about Jeezy doing whatever he was doing as far as releasing a track list or an album that was going crazy on him and saying some things. Then Jeezy came on the show and that shit was all mute. The most boring episode of Everyday Struggle I ever seen. But yeah, Joe, once he friends with you, he gonna always take his side. And I respect that. But I'm gonna call it out too. But hey, nevertheless, I was critical of some things in the interview as well. You guys go and check out my coverage of that if y'all want to see, man. I watched not the whole thing. I kind of broke down the whole thing, but it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all gotta say in the comment section below. I'm going to get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.